which is very close to the church. And then we are driving to the southern part. The last but not least, there on our left with the curved roof, it's Lappia House. And inside that building we have our theater, music college. On the left, it's Kemijoki River, the longest river in whole Finland, totally more than 500 kilometers. As a young girl, when we were going to school by this road, this was normally closed for a week or two during May, because the flood from the river came to this road. Too late. You tell Lene, while you are there at the Arctic Circle, you tell her that you want to join, and you come to the coach 2 o'clock and we go there together. His daughter graduated that time from this university, and since at that time she's been teaching for the food when they are moving away from their homes. No panic. As exchange students. Wonderful things. Do you agree? Railway tracks, and there is the railway station of Rovaniemi. Takes from Rovaniemi to Helsinki by train from 9 to 13 hours, depending on factories. Birch tree, you can see piles of them there in the middle, and it's a little bit more white than the other.
There's plenty of time and opportunity to take pictures, but the things that we've got to do together, the group photo and the flourish, we just stay together for that. And
but in the time that Obama sort of been taking a pound and America sort of warming up to having sort of trade again, sort of trains popped up, and there's only a few sides up, but it's sort of positive. But now Trump's back on the scene and things all gone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that cave. That was a little crowded, wasn't it? Rush hour?
Yeah, rush hour. We're rushing down to get the boat. It's simple. We help their company out. We stay a lot of places like that.
Then we're going to find out the way and the way out.
You want to take up a picture down here?
workers couldn't escape or take the evacuation train. So they decided that they will go inside that building, and they all were saved. So they all survived. So, today in Finland, when we started projects, and all the reindeer herders. So by that time, when the reindeer herders were still following their reindeer, both male and female reindeer, they are in antlers. So, if you want to know which is a male or female, you can see a few lights there. Can you see that? This photo has been taken.
Vamos a más el oso blanco que esto. Pero tardamos 10 minutos.
Vamos porque si no,
¿Ya llegó la hora del café?
Sí, yo creo que sí.
good look now to your right, to the other side of the river. Now the weather must be a little bit more than plus 20 because you can see some children, they are running on the water and some because the animals, they were indoors the whole winter, and when they let them out, they took the cows to go to the river. Normally they were moved outdoors and then the girls, they leave it for cooking and then.
Pretty good.
And there in the lobby there is a guest book, and I was talking about the bridge. Then I said, okay, the flames, you know, the fire.
you have what's called a fish wheel. Rotates round, fish goes in and picks it up. Well, they used to use a lot of cruise side in the old days, I do know that, but just take out sheet loads out and save them in the bins, save people.
Oh, yeah, okay. Those guys, they want to go to the football game tonight or later on tomorrow. So they are doing now the blastings. You can see a wide open water area. And from up right, down under the bridge, there comes Honningsvag River, the longest free river in Finland.
That's where we're going.
Padania's over there.
Michigan. Nobody left in Michigan or something?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Yeah. Oh, if it's summer or winter. And in that time, that was long time. Right, come over here. So my friends, now listen carefully. We'll go inside. Don't be afraid.
You gotta move fast.
Where's your flight? You gotta have
It looks much more tasty.
What's that about there?
It's like candy for the reindeer. Look, the like yes.
All right.
If you are right-handed, you keep that in your right hand. Of course, if you are left-handed, a little bit outside just in case.
Well.
Pull.
Nah, straight through.
Do it.
Get over closer. Treat a bit.
It's windy.
He's confident.
Right.
Ready? Oh, that was a good one.
If it's 5:30 in the morning, that's the time you get out. You can see it. And, you actually get on the island, you actually do some hiking, walking.
Well,
And it's
Look at the ones that were up here. That's what's left of them.
So when the sun starts coming out, you see all the dust and all that. That's when spring cleaning comes into it.
Yes,
Also had a very cute little Moscow's calf last year, so they're also doing quite well here. And the huskies caught the smell.
probably.
Yeah.
Because it was
I'll just show you where the restrooms are. There are two sets of restrooms, one inside the ticket office and one at the end of the building, so we can spread out and use both sets of restrooms. And we leave again.
Not the latest model from
Wire skin. All snuggled up. You gotta stay close to them to hear what the hell's saying.
That means the stouts, the pine martins, they are built in to be so he's locked in. He has sense to behave the way the species should behave.
He's not impressed with his visitors at all.
They actually above. Their hearing is like a radar or like a sonar or something. They can more or less absorb all the sounds from the size. The males of the so big and strong that they can hunt deer, they can even take down a mountain range. Compete so much against each other, so it's easier for them both. Mostly feed on insects, bees, bumblebees, wasps, also small crocodiles. Earlier. So they are all born here in Ranua. Some of you might know what is the color of the fur of the polar bears. It's actually not white, it's not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you can take my picture now.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Bruce.
Are in problems only in Scandinavia. The population of the Arctic fox in Scandinavia is estimated to be not native. Migrate back to the farms where they are. So they migrate between their summer grazing areas and then the reindeer farms where they are from. They cut the ears, the owners cut the ears. So from the ear mark, the cutting in the ears, they can see the owner. The plastic mark they have in the ear, that's usually
Oh, that clickiness. You said about the clicking of the joints to do with...
It was something like 15, 16.
We have an opportunity again to make use of washrooms.
Did you know that I started my own business?
No!
I built dog houses.
Oh, tigers here wanting to go north, yes. Nice try.
Cash.
So actually it is a very popular holiday, and it's not that often we see hikers.
There's a mummy inside the church.
All right. Yeah, they found one here in Rovaniemi also.
Oh, from the old church.
Yeah.
Did they put there some?
Reindeer on the road. Yeah, he's busy scratching for mosquitoes here. Oh well.
That's funny. This is like the Alaskan highway.
So 2 reindeer here on our right.
There was very big popular in Ivalo, and they transferred him to Stavanger.
Okay.
So I was working in
We still have another 40 kilometers to the village or the small town of Sodankylä, but we are in the Sodankylä municipality. Instead of staying on the highway, and that's also nice. So you see more of the countryside. Yeah, but the roads in Finland are really, really good compared to Norway. winter camp for Sami reindeer herders, but then it was settled by the hydropower construction workers. Little school here on our left, and up ahead of us here we are now crossing not a river, not a lake, not a sound, but a canal. A canal that's been dug between two big water reservoirs, 2 kilometers of canal here between two water reservoirs for the hydropower. When you look at for a while now actually, if you look at the road signs with the names of the villages and so on, you'll see the glass igloos, and then in the winter also some real igloos, but the glass igloos are very, very popular. And in the morning you trot across the frozen river here to the hotel for your breakfast. The hotel is called Kakslautanen, which means...
Across the road.
Uh-oh, it's got nothing. I knew that. Ah! High up, and it's this open. You know, there can be some horrific blizzards. Up here we say it's not So now the last half hour or so to our hotel in Ivalo, the Ivalo Hotel, and see reindeer grazing along the river. Couple of little roundabouts up ahead of us, each with its own theme that tells something of the area. And Inukshuks, yeah, Inukshuks, an Inuit word meaning I was here, and these were trail. There you see the pickaxe and the gopan with holes in so you can wash for gold. And then the last roundabout, there's lots of 3 kilometers. And look behind the yellow sign and see.
These rivers must look like all frozen over.
after the war. So crossing the Ivalo River and the new church here on our left-hand side. Ivalo also has a little bit of industry, and they've actually not have his legal brakes. Then the coach simply stops, switches off the engine and won't drive. And so at 1:45 meet and have a glass of bubbles, some little caviar canapes to celebrate that we are standing at the top of. It's a nice clear night, weather like we are having right now. It is an absolutely magnificent drive out there, and many people have around the hotel. And when you read the itinerary, you will see that I have shifted. We are coming into the Lake Inari area, and over here you can see a little campsite. They always proudly advertise here that there used to be bear caves in here. It might not be the ideal for quiet and peaceful in the forest, but it's very efficient at money restocking the lake. And the main lake stretches into Russia after the Second World War. And the altar inside the Inari church here, that is a painting of a Sami and his reindeer being blessed by Jesus Christ. Very pretty. So now we're in the center here of Inari. Lots of people, I would say, have probably already gone out fishing. In the winter, of course, it's ice fishing, which is very popular. But also in the summer here, people come from all over Scandinavia and Europe to go fishing on Lake Inari. If you are following the road signs a little bit, some people like to do that. You've probably seen a couple of places where it says Utshock. But we're going to turn in a more western direction for a little while. Just when you turn, if you stop by the sign, please. So if you look at the sign coming up here on our right, you can see that it says North Cap on the top. That's where we're heading. Underneath it says Karashoki. That's
I think I'll scratch.
He was doing the photo bomb. Yeah.
Can you see me?
I don't see very many accidents, but it's very often with the rented caravans where the drivers are a bit uncomfortable. GE. Crossing the Anarjohka, here comes the Tana River a bit further in the north. And just a little bit up ahead of us on the right hand side will be the signs, Norga in Sami. A little bit further up on the right it will say Finnmark Fylke, the county or region of Finnmark. Finnmark Fylke, F-Y-L-K-E, Fylke, means a county, a region. 9.25 Norwegian kroner to the euro. 9.25 Norwegian kroner to the euro. And it's just over 8 to the US dollar. So just over 8 kroner to the US dollar. And about 5. So now we can look across Karasjokka here, and as I mentioned earlier, this is the Sami town side, the old church from the mid-19th century here in Karasjok, just on our left. And up on the hill to the left, you can see a modern building, sort of like is the new church built in the mid-1970s on the left, and this one.
This gold design, it's several thousand years old. Yeah, and on the labo, it's the sticks that I use. They're like put together. They're called chadzahat, and they're the summer shoes, and they're waterproof. It's not that common that the person sits inside the sleigh. It's more that he walks.
Are you doing a video again?
What was it? Right.
That were forced to build roads here in all kinds of weather at all times of the year, and the fjords are also natural ice-free ports all the year round. There can be a little bit of ice. One of the 5.5 million Norwegians, at least 1.5 million Norwegian kroner each cash in hand. They realize that the oil is not going to last, so to a bank in order to get them changed. But otherwise, you should only be getting new Norwegian. The Porsanger Fjord. Porsanger, P-O-R-S-A-N-G-A-E-R, Porsanger Fjord, and it's our first Norwegian fjord here. It's quite wide in surface area, and it's got lots of little side fjords that we'll see when we drive along.
It's a good day to get some clams.
to make the Russian invasion difficult. So Kistrand Church here, and the third building is the church in Honningsvag on the North Cape Island. The Norwegians themselves, they getting a lot better now, but in the old days it wasn't very inventive what they cooked. They could get very few vegetables, as you can imagine. You can't see a lot growing here. So to stand up here at a remote little place. But they made a go of it. They started fishing, they started processing and selling the fish, and a journalist wrote about it, and suddenly people in Norway became interested, and I thought, oh,
It's like selling a refrigerator to a vessel.
That's it.
many different kinds of mountain, the rock farm up towards the North Cape. And of course the most famous one is the tunnel out to the North Cape Island, a new one. But this one coming up here is one of the really, really old tunnels, and quite narrow. So you have to be a little bit careful. It's just under 3 kilometers long. They have expanded it, but again, it's one of the philosophies and priorities of the Norwegian government. Apart from the cod fishing, there's also fish farming, as you can see out here on our right hand side. Salmon fish farming, and the salmon fish. Feet below the surface of the sea. There's a little bit of level tunnel at the bottom, and then we climb up again and out of the tunnel. So when we arrive at our hotel in Honningsvag, we will check in. This is another old-fashioned place where the cruise liners dock. So that's something to do. Otherwise, it's a Scandic hotel, so lower due to the wind chill factor. Very, very little, in fact. This is the main village of the Sarnes. Stuck for 3 hours. So now for the evening. So It can be very, very crowded, like Piccadilly Circus out at the North Cape in the evening, but not necessarily so. Honningsvag here, Jesvær, is just a small fishing village. And some years ago, it was considered to be very good fertilizer for houseplants. And you need the legs folded up. Yeah, you need the legs folded up most of the time. And as I said earlier, I prefer to wear a little woolen hat or a beanie somewhere else. But now there's a hotel out here. And again, that's just a summer hotel. You are at the mercy of the elements. That rock tonight. Some fabulous pictures in the hotel lobby of the North Cape Plateau where we're going tonight. But blue sky than I had actually. Wow.
Only the English actress that did the Northern Lights thing, she says, I mustn't forget to stand and stare.
They're doing video.
meters, and Gila was even down to 200-meter steps. And all catching with small fish.
There's a second across there. Must have been the jail. Rocks all the way around. There's a little bit of sandy beach here on our right. The locals sometimes jokingly call it the Copacabana beach. You gotta take one of your plow and drive in a snowplow convoy to get out to the North Cape.